Hi, I'm Iris, and welcome to Parapopulous. Dear UFO. So, a deer and a UFO walk into a trap cam. Sounds like a setup for a really bad joke? Well, if you look at this footage and read the MUFON report, it just might not be. So, see this guy, I'll assume guy, because guys are generally the ones who set up trap cams to look at, the deer and stuff around, because they generally like to hunt them. And we're going to overlook that fact for this particular episode. He's set up a trap cam, and trap cams are normally set off by movement, which would be deer or any other kind of wildlife. There's no sound to them, and it's a black and white picture because it's not meant to be anything really scenic. It's just supposed to show you what's around. So, we're going to hunt. That's a great spot. Or we're trying to see who's sneaking on our property, and we caught them, so screw them. Anyways, on the night of August 31st. I'm thinking October because we're in October and Halloween's on my mind, guys. August 31st, 2015. You see this footage of this deer and you see these 6 lights. Now, okay, maybe they're birds. I ain't ever seen a bird that flies in formation like this. This is not a V formation. This is not, little beady eyes looking at you. If this is like a formation of birds, these are fucking pterodactyls. Okay? Because, their eyes would be spaced that far. Anyways, the links are all going to be up. You guys can go look at this for yourself. But I don't think these are owls. That's just my opinion. We'll get into this in a bit. Why? The area apparently around this particular location has been seeing a lot of activity in the past, the very recent past. So, it's not really surprising. But I don't think this guy was actually expecting to get this. I honestly think this guy was just looking for deer. But what you see, according to the report, 6 objects in straight line formation moving forward past camera. Video found on webcam this morning. 6 objects appearing bright in straight line formation moving through the woods at night toward our webcam and passing by. This wildlife webcam is stationary to a pine tree approximately 4 feet off the ground. Video does not have the best clarity. Not sure if it could be possibly some type of night birds. The deer in the video appears to look nervous after passing. There is no sand available on the video camera. Also, the direction the lights come from are thick, brushy woods. Okay, so that's the report that this person filed with the MUFON report. That was their explanation of this is what you're looking at, and this is what's happening. So that's the gist of it. I do recommend go have a look at the video that was submitted, and there's also a slow-mo and a zoomed-in one that somebody has processed, which is interesting because it gives you a different perspective, so you can kind of tell, maybe this is a plane or this is the bottom of a helicopter or something, or pterodactyls, who friggin' knows. So, this was caught at 11:26 at night, which is, obviously whatever's flying at night, it's going to have to be a night animal of some sort because you're not going to see, different species flying at this hour. So, you watch this thing. And it holds formation. There's no, level variation. There's no real variation in spacing. If there, it gets bigger as it comes towards you because obviously it's coming towards you. So you can, when it's far away, things look smaller. So, but there's no V shape. So you can't say, okay, this is late night flying geese. They just decided to be rebels and fly at night. It's a steady, circular-ish straight line. You can see there's kind of a curve to it, but it's a straight line for all intents and purposes. And it comes at you. And you see this poor little deer, and he's down there minding his own damn business. He's just trying to have a snack. And he really does look quite paranoid after this thing flies over. The look you'd give when you'd be like, oh my God, what was that? That's the look that deer has. So it flies over. I didn't really check the timestamp, to be honest with you guys. I kind of feel like I let you down here as far as the time that it took to fly over, but it did not seem to take very long. And it seemed to be very steady, and it seems to be a straight line There's no variation. So this is, to me, why I'm ruling out birds. You guys watch it for yourselves. Tell me. I mean, maybe it's been debunked at this point. I haven't seen anything on that, but, let me know in the comments if you've seen something that has debunked this. There's no way it's cars on a freeway, because you wouldn't have headlights straight at you and they would not be one. So, like, I'm looking at it, I'm trying to rule out as many things as I can possibly think of. Is it a hoax of some sort? Well, it's a hell of a hoax, because, I mean, you can see the trees from where this is coming. You can see it's coming over the tree line. So, I mean, it's not a hang glider, because, again, you're looking at a different shape. It's not a helicopter. They're not blinking, necessarily. So, I mean, you really start to limit, like, what the hell is that reflective? Let's say, like, in an eyeball-wise, of something that size that would fly in that tight of a formation that would not have any variation. Now, I know geese fly in a really nice V, but they're still wavering. There's still movement. It's not a consistent, steady, like, hey, I'm mounted onto something line. This, when geese do it. This is like, hey, I am a solid thing. I am flying through the air, and I am spooking the hell out of this deer. So, I mean, what are your possibilities? Deer is not necessarily going to be looking all shady because a flock of geese flew over. I mean, number one, we'll just say that, because even though I'm not accounting for the fact that it's just not geese, all right, guys? It's not geese. I'm trying to make an argument here, and I can't even come up with a valid argument to tell you guys, well, would he be looking paranoid if birds flew over him? Probably not. Because, I mean, he's a deer. He's used to being in the woods. He's used to shit flying over him. Yada, yada, yada. So, I'm going to go with UFO. Because, I mean, it's unidentified, it's flying, and it's an object. I'm going to go with that. That's my broadest sort of statement here. Now, I know this is sort of meant to be like, here's the blog, here's the news. I kind of give you the little joke, and we go along with it. I'm going to fill you in on what I think. And you guys can get your pitchforks and your torches ready. Go get them ready. It's okay. Go. I'll wait. I personally think this is something special that's been caught that maybe didn't want to necessarily be seen. And I think in this day and age of security cams and trap cams and all these, sensor cams that trigger when things go by them, I think we're going to start to see more and more of these unexplained things on camera, just based on the sheer volume of things that we have now. And speaking of ghosts, that's energy. They need energy. It's different things. It's different manifestations. There's different reasonings behind that. So we're not going to necessarily deal with that, because I know there's the argument, well, if there's so many, why aren't we seeing, ghosts like walking through every haunted house or something? Because it just doesn't happen. That's a lot of energy to manifest. There's a lot of different things. So we're going to leave that one there. Now, I'm going to tell you why I think this is what I think it is. And you guys are going to get a little insight into why I like this stuff. All right? So, pitchforks and torches ready? Yes? Are we good? Okay, here we go. I personally think this is a UFO. I personally think this is alien. And I don't have a problem with telling you it, because from the time I was little, we used to go to one of my aunt's houses, and we would watch ships fly in over this particular body of water, and this happened pretty much almost every time we went to her house. It's not airplanes, it wasn't helicopters, it wasn't anything explainable. I come from a very witchy family. I come from a very strange family. There's all sorts of different phenomena that happen. So I know I've seen things like this personally myself before. Now, why I will tell you why I think perhaps I much more so believe this one is because for a while we lived in the country. And when we lived in the country, we had a, coincidentally, circular shaped opening in the woods near our house. And I've seen lights like those come down, fly over, and I have very PC memories of landings of them. It's not something I've actively tried to look into remembering, but things come to me in flashes. And I kind of remember something that looked very similar to this. So that's why I think this is what it is. I hope the torches are keeping you guys warm because it's cold out there tonight. But I just think, honestly, isn't it foolish to think that we are the best, the end all, be all, aren't we fabulous? I mean, we're pretty damn great. Now, here's my catch to that, and you guys have heard this before on the podcast. We're pretty damn stupid if we keep fighting each other. We're pretty damn stupid if we keep destroying the land that keeps us alive. And as technologically smart as we are, we're pretty damn emotionally stupid. Sorry to put it like that, but that's pretty much what it is. So we might be smart, but you know what? There's always smarter, there's always dumber. And you can't rule it out. We haven't been out enough places. We haven't seen enough things. We're just really beginning to understand time and space and dimensions and things like that. So there's a lot of stuff that is probably simple math to somebody that is trigonometry to us. And we need to really remember that. And we need to be open to more possibilities. I'm not saying you need to believe this is a UFO. I'm not saying you need to believe me. I'm just telling you what I know because I've experienced it. And in very similar locations. And I'm just kind of putting it out there for you guys. So, I'll be ducking the pitchforks and torches. I just want to also give you guys a quick apology for the sound tonight. I have been really, really sick, hence last week, which was our lost week. And my apologies for that, but I'm just starting to get better, and I still sound kind of crappy, but I really wanted to get something out to you this week. And, yeah. So that's a little bit of our spookiness for the Halloween week. And, you know what? Never hurts to look in the sky, right? Might be a meteor, might be a bird, might be a plane, might be Superman. Hey, it might be your Aunt Alien coming down to say, what the hell is wrong with you? And did you put the coffee on? You never know till you try, right? That's it for now. Boo. We'll see you guys in a few.